So this is how you can get more athletic at any age, basically. So it's honestly not hard. You just have to make sure that you are active a lot and you play a sport. It doesn't matter what sport it is, but I would recommend track as your first sport. Anything running related, because it'll help you gain your athleticism pretty quickly and kind of transform your speed, agility, and much more. And there's also other events like shot put and discus you can do um, that also benefit your endurance. But yeah, so I'll give you 5 exercises you can do to help with your athleticism. I'm just turned 15, but I've been doing sports for the past 3 years almost, or at least training my body to become more athletic for the past 3 years, and it's helped a lot. I started off doing just only push-ups, just to kind of get used to being the proper athletic movements. I mean, not athletic movements, but you know what I mean, like kind of getting stronger base foundation for my body. Okay, muscles on there. But so basically, all you want to do is you want to make sure you're flexible with your joints, your legs mostly, because if you're gonna be athletic, you gotta run and jump. So you want to be doing your stretches like this. I have a groin pain right now. I had a groin pain for the past few days, but you want to do stretches like that, touch your toes, and then you want to do the thing that'll transform your bounce the most, your athleticism and your bounce, your jumping. That is, you want to make sure your hips are stretched out really well. Like you want to make sure you have a good strong hips, and the fact that they're just really flexible, move like that. So you want to do things like this, and butterfly stretches like here. I can't really. So yeah, you can see. Okay. So basically, what you want to do is just like this, things like that, and then your glutes, your butt. You want to make sure that's pretty strong and flexible as well, because especially if you're sprinting in sports, you want to make sure that your glutes are nice and strong, and stretched out before you sprint, especially because that's where you actually generate the most force from. If you didn't know, sprinting and those high twitch fiber, the muscle movements, anything like that, you want to make sure you have a good glutes. So you want to do things like this. This one is the best one you can do. So you have put your foot over your other leg, and then you want to kind of like this, just kind of like that. And you have to work on your hips too. So you want to just like this, like this. Yeah, pull back. So you want to take it like this and pull back. And I don't want any comments saying yeah and all that stuff. We had that back in 2024. Yeah. So the next thing you can do, it's really crucial you have good calves, because especially like you want to train them for like it's not going to be instant results, by the way. Like this is one of the best things you can do for your athleticism to improve. You want to do like you want to make sure you have some decent quads, but your calf muscles, that's how you're going to get strong and well, not more like fast, and you can go for longer when you're running, jumping especially. So you want to make sure you're doing your calf raises. I like to do them with weight. So hold up, I'll show you. You can get dumbbell or two. You can just do like that. Do like 100 to 150 of them, and just do it until you start to feel really like you're about to cramp, and you're just gonna get super duper sore. So once you start getting sore, you're gonna put it down, and then you're gonna do the stretch that I'll show you right now. So you want to get a wall. Just you can find a wall. It's not too hard. So if you want to find your wall, hold up, click. Turn the light on, click, so you can kind of enjoy it better. All right. So you want to find a wall. Let's move this back a bit. Okay. So you want to find your wall. What you want to do? Actually, it's not like that. What you want to do? You want to find your wall, and you can kind of see. You want to get your other leg like this. Keep it straight. Stretch it out. Stretches out your calf. Right here. This right here. That's how you stretch it out. You just lean forward into the wall like that. So that's how you can kind of stretch out your calves after you're done with your workout on your calves. It's perfect. It'll definitely help with your athleticism on it. You can do core workouts. I don't do it too often. I do it pretty often, like once a week, twice a week. I want to have this nice strong core, and yeah. So you want to do things like, your proper sit-ups. You want to do your, these ones are really good. Where you're lying down, and then you can see me. where you have your legs up, you touch your toes. You want to get your shoulders up the ground. I'll let you see too. So that way you can work on your core, your lower core. See, as I can get my shoulders up off the ground while doing this, you want to do about 3 sets of 15 to 20 reps on that. That's the perfect range, depending on how healthy you are and as an individual. So, yeah, start off with that. And then the final one is you want to make sure you're drinking water, like to improve your athleticism. So that way you're not getting lightheaded a lot. Trust me, you're learning from the best that dealt with it. Like not the best that dealt with it, you know what I mean? Like I dealt with this so much, and as soon as I changed it, it instantly transformed my athleticism and it helped me just become a better athlete. So you wanna, and it also helps you not like throw up and stuff like that as much. Trust me, I was throwing up a lot before, so I'm drinking more water and sleeping a bit more. So you wanna make sure you're drinking water regularly. And yeah, also getting your vitamins in. So you can drink liquid IV. Hop on that stuff. That stuff is good. It's not anything bad for you. Don't worry, any like parents or anything. It is good for you. It's plenty of good things for you. No steroids and all that's crappy bull crap. You know, you just want to make sure that you're being healthy with whatever you're doing. I still eat a lot of junk food actually, but I mean I'm a kid that works out and plays sports all the time, so it's honestly like it's nothing big because I know how to transform my body. I used to eat everything bad. I just want to be in the athletics, and I don't blame myself. I was interested in things back then that were unrelated to athletics, but because I was like playing a lot of video games and stuff. I don't really play any video games anymore at all, so it's honestly for the better. You might want to limit those video games or recommend it to your kids if you're doing that. But yeah, you want to make sure you're just flexible. One, two, you want to make sure you're doing your core. Keep that nice and packed in, strong core, stable core. You want to make sure that you got some good calf muscles. These, let's say you can get more explosive partially. It definitely helps a lot. You want to make sure you're not getting injured a lot. Like that's like the thing though is that once injured, you're kind of always injured. I never really got injured at all. Like I've never broken a bone in my life. It's kind of amazing the fact that I haven't because I've done some pretty dangerous things in my life, like falling off the dirt bikes and stuff. You don't want to know about that, but yeah, that's happened to me. Hitting my head, getting a concussion. That's probably the worst thing I've had. It's yeah, I've also got cut like scraped up on the ground, falling over and stuff. From athletics, but mostly from just being stupid, getting a concussion. I've had maybe 5 concussions. No, not that many. Holy crap, 2 to 3 concussions in my life, maybe 4. But yeah, nothing too bad. But you want to make sure you're just kind of not getting, getting away from that. Getting injured a lot. You want to make sure if you're in like a sport like football, I'm quitting football this year probably, but you want to make sure that you're not tackling with like your head, and also in rugby and stuff. I mean, you gotta protect your head. It's not gonna last you forever if you're not using it properly. Like if you're not being careful with it, because it's not a yeah you have a skull, but it's not gonna protect your brain for ramming into people at 15 20 miles an hour. It's just not gonna happen. You have to make sure you're being protective of your head. So if you're attacking someone in your sport, you want to make sure you're using your shoulders, not your head. I honestly haven't done that. So if you know me and you see me in football, don't make fun of me saying that I lead with my head because I never really did that. I just didn't know how to tackle. Wasn't bad at it, just I didn't know how to do it. We would always do drills on how to tackle. I would always do it the opposite way. Because honestly, I just did it naturally. Like, what the heck? It doesn't matter how you tackle. As long as you're being safe with it, you're leading with your shoulders. It doesn't really matter. Because if you're being safe with how you're tackling, you can kind of tackle whatever works for you. But yeah, it's honestly like. Also, another thing about athletics is your form too. You kind of like when you're jumping and stuff, you want to make sure you swing with your arms. You want to swing like that. Like if you're a 1 foot jumper, I don't even do 1 foot, but yeah, you still kind of swing with your arms. You get up and drive with this knee. I don't 1 foot jump really, but I'm a 2 foot jumper, so I kind of like that. But the penultimate step helps with that. So that's where you kind of push off of this leg, and then you kind of I'll see if we can like this, and you kind of come with this one, and then you kind of swing up. Now make sure this one goes all the way out, this like this, and then hop up. So that's another thing where that glutes come in and your calves. You want to make sure you're doing a lot of wall sits and squats. The weighted wall sits, you see me do that with the medicine ball, or if you're new to the channel, watch that video. Is where you have a medicine ball weight, anything, and you just do wall sits like this for 5 minutes a day. That'll transform your athleticism overall, but most likely your bounce, your jump, because that works on these right here. And if you're doing it right, it can kind of work out your whole thigh thigh and all that, your inner thigh. So yeah, you want to make sure you're doing that squatting, doing your calf raises, and also kind of getting your upper body prepared. Because whether you like it or not, you kind of when you're doing any athletic movement, you're jumping really high and stuff, or if you're running really fast, you're using your arms to propel yourself, using as momentum to gain your height or your speed, because that's what you're doing. You're using it to change direction. You're using it to go up and down, vertical side to side, blah blah blah, all that. It's kind of you want to make sure you're doing that. Stuff like that is helpful. You want to make sure you have kind of a strong core. And not chest doesn't necessarily play a role. Shoulders mobility, it helps. Trust me. You want to have good shoulders because when you're running, you're not running like that. You're not like a freaking serial killer. Like you're running with your elbows like this, kind of like that, tucked in. It's kind of whether what you want to do with your hands. Kind of people run with their fists. I like to run kind of more like open-handed like this because it helps. Because you kind of like trajectory with the air. Kind of it's weird, but it works. You want to have your elbow bent when you run. Kind of. It doesn't have to be too bent. You don't have to be like. It's more like something like especially when you're accelerating, you kind of extend it out so that way you can give yourself a good boost forward. You're like that when you're running. So you're like, but you want to make sure, yeah, you kind of know how you're running with your upper body, so that way your lower body follows with. And when you're jumping, yeah, you want to make sure you have that arm swing, come under like that, and just jump. Like this. I don't want to hit my head in the sand, but that. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and make sure you like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and make sure you check out all my other videos. Stay tuned, y'all.